Good, good afternoon, esteemed judges and all the distinguished audience. Firstly, I am a woman. In quiet whispers, her battle begins, not with the weapons, but the strength within. She is fought in shadows, unseen and unheard, yet her courage speaks louder than any words. Her struggle is endless, purpose is clear, to break every chain and vanish the fear. Women's fight is struggle for everyone to stand in the light. A war for change, for a world reborn, a future where all are safe and none are torn. Thank you for allowing me to share these words. Today, I stand before you as a woman, not as Shlesha. And today I have my topic as Women's War for a Change, a struggle for equality, justice, and transform our world. Firstly, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. D.V. Mehta sir, Bharti ma'am and Chandrika ma'am for all the efforts, time and facility they provided me through this competition. I would also thank my parents for being in such a fantastic parents. They can help me and all. I chose this topic because these women-related issues are increasing day by day and becoming more and more horrifying. We need to find such a solution. So, I have chosen this topic, and as a girl, this is very close to my heart. And I would like to say, in future, we should not face problems like this. Firstly, the topics I would include in my presentation are introduction. Some serious topics like acid attacks, rapes, sexual harassment, honor killings, and etc. Introduction. In India, women face numerous safety-related issues which are increasing day by day. Compared to past, these are becoming more and more horrifying. India is also ranked 9th as the most dangerous country for women in the world. See, this is the current situation in India. This is faced by most of the women in India. And problems faced by women are rape, sexual harassment, acid attacks, domestic violence, honor killings, and etc. When a victim tells their parents or family members what they have faced, their family members tell not to tell anybody just because of the pressure of society. You can see that most of the rapes were committed by the peoples known. So here comes the society. They create an image of persons, of a family. And what to do? We need to find such a solution which could help society to prevent this situation. We should not be afraid and talk about it freely. By this picture, did you got an idea what my first subtopic is? Did you? Yes, right. My first topic is gender bias. It is discrimination or an unfair treatment on the basis of gender. In most of the areas, a girl is considered as a burden. And she has to do all the household works. And so we have created a mentality that women are good in some kind of works. In future, she may face child marriages, lack of education, and etc. PNDT Act. You have seen that most of the cases in movies also, it is shown that a woman in the womb itself is killed. So government has launched PNDT Act for the same. PNDT stands for the Preconceptional and Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques. It was launched in 2003. It prohibits gender-revealing techniques like ultrasound and sonography. And the medical practitioners which practice this kind of things may face penalties, imprisonment, and etc. Child marriages. This topic is very known to you all, including me. These were very high in the past, but we think these have ended. But reality is not always in front of us. Child marriage is marrying somebody before the legal age, which is 21. And this affects both of the gender, but mostly affects women. 27 of the young girls are forced to marry a man. This is the data of child marriages. You can see the highest are in Bihar, which is 68.2%, and the lowest is in Himachal Pradesh. See, women may face domestic violence because of it. They are the highest in many regions, not in Bihar. They are highest in Rajasthan. You can see that these cases are most where the people are not educated. So I feel we should educate everyone so we can know about, we can prevent this condition. By this picture, you must be a bit confused, aren't you? My next topic is domestic violence. It is very normal problem in nowadays, and domestic violence can be any abuse, including physical, mental, financial, sexual, mostly done by an adult man to his wife. It can take place because of child marriages and etc. Improper understanding between partners play a big role here. Data says that 45% of Indian women face this problem regularly, and 32 of them are pregnant during this time. Within 60 minutes, a woman dies because of it. And they are the highest in Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and so on. Dowry death. This topic is also a very important topic. We think this has been ended, but it is not. Dowry death is a murder or suicide of a married woman just because of her disputes over her dowry. Dowry is something by grooms or groom's family, which can be in form of money, cars, and etc. These demands kept growing on. When these are not met, a woman may face domestic violence, and because of it, a murder can take place. When this happens, it can be shown as a suicide to escape legal consequences, but they cannot. And in the data, it says that they are severe in Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. The highest dowry deaths were up to 2,222 in the year 2022. Here is the data of dowry deaths. You can see they were high up to 2000s in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and so on. Here is my survey. I took a survey of almost 100 women, and most of them to know the current situation, what we are feeling. My first question was that do you feel safe when you go alone at nights? So most of the answers here were 51.5% no. So we all are scared to go out at nights. Just because of people, just because of the wolves at nights, we need to find a solution, and we should not be afraid to go out at nights. My second question was, do you or will you allow your son or daughter to go out at nights? So here, the mostly answers were daughter no, son no, daughter son yes, and daughter no. You can see we all are scared, being a parent or a child, to go alone at nights, and which is not at all a great thing. We need to find a solution for that also. My next question was, do you feel we should introduce self-defense as a part of education? So here, obviously, most of the answers said yes, but did we ever talk to government? Did this matter even reach to government? That we should introduce self-defense as a part of education? Did it? So we need to tell our government about it. If we have some ideas, we can go together and consider government about this. My next question was, I gave them 3 options from which to choose from. What we should do to prevent this situation. So they were increased lights, more security cameras, self-defense as a part of education. So here also most of the answers were self-defense as a part of education. My second question was, do you feel uncomfortable while traveling buses, trains, and etc.? But shockingly, here the most of the answers were no, which is a great thing. And this is what government has done for women. My last question was, what changes we should make in the society? They all were different, so I could not include in this. But a result came that most of them told to educate men about this. Honor killing. This topic is very unknown to you all. When I saw about this topic, I was also very shocked that these kind of things also happen in the world. Honor killing is a killing of person, of a family, by a family member. This could take place at small areas like refusing arranged marriages, being in a relation, and etc. The savior, mostly the moms, face intense trauma after this. And here also the data says they are highest in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, and Himachal Pradesh. Here, By this much, you must have got an idea. Uttar Pradesh came many times, didn't it? So, we got an idea that Uttar Pradesh is highest in this kind of crimes. And it's just because there is less education, we all know about it. And a case study says a father killed his own daughter with a sword just because she was in a relation with somebody his father did not like. Now comes the most considered sensitive topic. Even small children does not even know about this topic. We are not normalizing that topic. It is rapes in India, a sad reality. Rape is the fourth most common crime in India. And they are very traumatizing and mostly leads to murders or suicides. Rapes by the known. Within 31,677 cases, 28,147 cases were done by the victims known, being 89% of rape. Here is the data of rapes. You can see the highest are in Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and the least are in Ladakh and Lakshadweep. Nirbhaya's rapist hanged. Now, you got an idea what now we are going to visit. It is case studies. A case study, 1992 Ajmer. This has been a very old case, but still it exists because of it was very horrifying case. 250 female students were raped and blackmailed by a gang. And it was the most disturbing example of sexual abuse at that time. It led to many public debates to make new laws. My next case study was 2012 Mumbai on 22nd August. Mumbai is considered as the most safe city for women in the world. But a 22-year-old photographer was raped violently and was blackmailed not to tell anybody about it. After a few months, she found a case of 18-year-old girl saying about it. So she got a motivation that I should also speak about it. So she told about it. Next, morons. See, in this kind of crimes, morons never stop. If I tell you to study, this moron will stop, right? So, it's 2012 Delhi. It is very known to you all guys, which is Nirbhaya case. A 22-year-old physiotherapist intern was traveling on a bus with her male friend. It had another 6 members in it. They raped her violently with an iron rod. Her intestines were also bursted and she was thrown out of the bus half dead. And intentionally, the driver of the bus was driving through the city. 2016 Delta, a 17-year-old girl was found dead in the water tank of her college and found out that her PE teacher and principal raped her violently. You can see, this kind of cases are very traumatizing to us also. We are also scared that this kind of things also happen in schools. A recent case was in an ambulance, in a hospital, and most of the places, in railways and etc. Sexual harassment. It is also common crime in India. Sexual harassment is unwanted conduct of sexual nature which violates a person's dignity or personal boundaries. It mostly takes place at public transports or workplace. In a year, 445 cases are reported and 35 per month. See, these are also high. So, for the same also we need to find a solution. Racism in India. This is not only suffered by women, it can be suffered by men also. But we are not aware about this topic, right? But the person who faces it knows about this topic very much. Racism is a discrimination on the basis of race. It could be face, color, grades, fatness, thin, and etc. And do you know that India is the most racist country in the world? Did you know this? By this picture. It can happen with you, with me, with anybody from us. This is acid attacks. It is also called as acid throwing. And did you remember that era of TikToks? It was took as in fun videos on acid attacks, but this is not at all funny, and we should we should create the seriousness about this topic. It is usually to take revenges, and the acids used are nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. These are less affecting, but acids like sodium hydroxide are very affecting. Victim blaming is when they are held responsible for what they did not do, but what they have suffered from. The most heard sentences are, "What were you wearing? Was your door locked?" and etc. Preventing. Here comes the most important topic of my topic, prevention. We need to educate boys in our house about women's safety and teach them woman is not just a toy. We need to make them learn the power of humanity. We need to create humanity within society. We should create a good environment at our homes as well. We can try to keep ourselves away from the drugs. As you saw in Nirbhaya case, the 6 members were drunk and they did it. So here comes the most important thing. We should stay away from the drugs so we cannot do anything bad to anybody. We can be able to talk about ourselves to our child or our parents so we can share. We should try not to allow boys going at nights. This may be controversial, but already girls are not going out at. So I told that boys should go out at night. Not just because of that girls and boys. If we are not going, then why can they go? It is because they can go out. They can teach. They can enter bad things in themselves and do anything. We can introduce self-defense techniques as a part of education, increase more CCTV cameras, so we can easily know that what was happening there. These are the laws you can see. Dowry Prohibition Act, Domestic Violence Act, the prohibition of child marriage, sexual harassment, and etc. These laws have been made since many times, but why government is not making stricter laws? Why? These crimes are happening every day. We should try to make these laws stricter and stricter. My methodology was interview, case study, and survey. I took interview from Dr. Hina, Advocate Narendra, and Officer Khushi. You can see the pictures. In the end, I would just like to say that women's safety is not a thing of fun. It's not at all funny, and we should create it in a serious way. Nowadays, these kind of issues are increasing day by day. So, as we hold hands together when we are not independent, we should again stand together to make the beauty of womanhood and feminism free. The time has come for the government to step up and create stronger laws that protect women from domestic violence and discrimination and ensure no one has to live in fear again. It's not just a law, it's the promise to everyone that her life matters. These are my references. And thank you and have a nice day.
Any questions? Keep silence.
ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછવા એને કહેવા તો દો ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછે પછી તમે હેન્ડ રેઝ કરો બરાબર છે અત્યારે
Any questions from audience?
So you mentioned that India is the 9th place for the women to be at worst, right? So can you name the least place where women are threatened and place where the most they are threatened?
So the most are in Thailand, Turkey, and that kind of places, and the least are in Uganda. Any other questions?
Next question, anyone?
Okay, I just don't want to ask you any question. Just two advices I want to give to girls and boys. Whatever the topic she has explained was very meaningful and in detailed. The facts that she presented were almost correct. One thing, girls, if you find any kind of abuse, threat, or any such thing, don't be quiet. Raise your voice. And boys, if you are going out with your friends, even if you have girls in your group, you have to be a protector for them. Rakshaks. आज से you have to understand कि we boys will be like a rakshak for all our friends, including girls and boys both. Correct? This is our Indian culture. To protect, listen. Our Indian culture is to protect the women of our society and our country. Not only India. Set an example. Even if you are going abroad, if you see something which is bad happening, especially to a woman or a girl, please stand for her. Protect her in whatever possible ways you can. Just this advice. And girls, you don't have to be quiet if anything wrong is happening. Bindas. For girls, you have to use that word bindas in your term. See, I'm basically from Mumbai and I have experienced a lot of things. I have got across so many things. So my personal experience, if you will keep quiet, people will start always hitting you. So you don't have to be quiet and raise your voice. And boys, आज से तुम लोग सोच लो कि हम आज से protection देंगे सारी girls लोगों को. Okay? Done? Yes or no?
Any questions?
Audience, maintain silence.